Allen Iverson's style was good for the NBA. Good read or bad read?
I'm gonna surprise you. It was a good read because it forced the NBA to put rules in place to try to stop the next Allen Iverson from destroying their league. So David Stern institutes a dress code in reaction to Allen Iverson bringing way too much of the hip-hop thing to the NBA. One of the biggest lies ever told is that hip-hop has somehow been good for the NBA. It hasn't been. It has nothing to do with the values that sports have always built themselves around. Music is rebellious. Hip-hop is rebellious. All rock and roll, it's all rebellious. Sports are patriotic. The NBA, everybody loves the NBA. I love the NBA. It could be doing better if it stayed true to true sports values. It could make even more money. Allen Iverson, to me, confused a lot of these young NBA players into thinking they were selling hip-hop records instead of selling basketball. So,
you know, I think he was good for the league. I think he's bad for titles. I think he's your classic 43% ball-centric guard. You know, and I've talked about that ad nauseum. But I will say this about Iverson. When he was in town, I would go to the game, and he was a small athlete. Kids don't buy shoes from Shaq and Yao Ming because they don't see themselves. They buy Steph Curry's shoes, and they buy Derrick Rose's shoes. And those little kids want to be Allen Iverson, and they want to be Westbrook. Allen Iverson may represent things that some people are uncomfortable with, but there are a lot of kids that loved basketball, and the reason they loved it is Allen Iverson. He opened the eyes. Listen, his style wasn't my style. I like wing players. I even like centers. But when Iverson was on television, the games were better. He was absolutely dynamic on both ends of the floor.
We use the word authenticity on this show a lot. You guys like it. He was Mr. Authentic, okay? He kept it 100, as you like to say. Yeah. He kept it maybe too real, because I think he's having some financial issues now. But this is a guy, he grew up a couple hours south from me in Virginia when I was a young guy. He was iconic, okay? LeBron ended up calling him, pound for pound, the best basketball player of all time. That says a lot coming from LeBron James.
Listen, I wrote a feature story on Allen Iverson shortly after he entered the NBA. I analogized him to Tupac Shakur, that he was the Tupac Shakur of the NBA. Tupac Shakur lived a very short life because he embraced some values and lived a code of life that is a short-term lifestyle. Allen Iverson, while still here, is struggling, and he shouldn't be struggling, given all the money he's made, all the opportunity, the way God blessed him with talent. Because again, let's just keep it all the way 100. Again, it just sounds like I'm beating up on Allen Iverson. He came from a terrible background. I get it. But he was blessed with incredible talent. He didn't work hard at the craft of the game, didn't like practice, didn't diet, anything, out all night, partying, kicking, gambling, didn't max out as an athlete, and that's on Allen Iverson.